Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I would actually like to make a motion to refer Senate Concurrent Resolution number 14, as established in statute, to the Joint Legislative Committee established specifically by Michigan Compiled Law Statute 333.22219. And I would like to speak to my motion, please.
You may speak to the resolution, Representative. Chair recognizes Representative Liberati.
Thank you again, Mr. Speaker. So, this resolution, it does need to go to a committee. It has not been vetted by a committee, and there is actually a process to send Certificate of Need Commission recommendations and rulings to committee, a joint legislative committee comprised of 6 members, 3 from the Senate, including the Senate Health Policy Chair, Majority Vice Chair, and Minority Vice Chair, and the same thing in the House of Representatives. As I said, a 6-person committee that is established in statute. This resolution is not going to any committee whatsoever, even the one that is in statute, the prescribed process for these types of overturning the Con Commission. Why does this need to go to a committee? Well, there's things in the resolution, statements of why we need to reject the Con Commission's recommendations. So there's things in there, but how do we know the resolution is in fact that is in there? Just like all other resolutions that have any type of policy in it, we have a House rule that it goes to committee to be vetted. Why? Well, we've had no testimony on anything in this resolution whatsoever. No testimony. There's been no researchers to talk about CART therapy, FACT accreditation. There's been no doctors. There's been no providers, no clinicians, no patients, no expert testimony whatsoever. No testimony from the Con Commission to the Legislative Oversight Committee of why they made the decision. So how are we supposed to overturn a decision when we have no information whatsoever? How did I tell my caucus members? I thought they're asking me like, well, did they overstep their bounds? Did they do things? Here this is what the concurrent resolution said. I got to hold up my hands. So I have no idea. I've had in my office, I am the ranking Democrat on the House Health Policy Committee. I've had in my office pharmaceutical manufacturer, manufactures some of the drugs, and I've had a hospital who is FACT certified right now, and that's it. So I've got, we got to keep the FACT certification. We don't need the FACT certification. But again, no physicians, no researchers, no clinicians, no patients, nobody actually doing the procedure has testified. So I have no idea. What do I tell my members? I would like to ask what do all the members, not just the Democratic members, the Republican members, how much information have you had on this to vote on a resolution without having any committee testimony? I just don't understand it. There's 11 experts on the commission. They're physicians, clinicians, researchers, a variety of individuals, 11 experts. Now, I'm not an expert. I'd like to know, we did have a couple doctors in the House, but I don't believe we have a single physician in the House right now. Who is an expert on any medical procedure that is under the con purview? I don't know. I would like to have some testimony. That's all I'm asking. I am not saying that the concurrent resolution shouldn't be adopted. I'm not saying it should be adopted. I'm saying, how does anybody in this chamber know? How do we know without any testimony? So, lastly, we have set up the Con Commission. There is a procedure for oversight. I am not opposed to overseeing something we're charged with. That's our job, okay? But our job is, if we're going to overturn 11 experts that have been on the commission, they're charged with setting standards. If we're going to overturn those standards, we need to have some solid reasons. We need to cross-examine. We need to ask questions at testimony. We need those things. That's what we do here. We're doing this without any testimony whatsoever. So I ask, why would 11 experts, why would they institute requirements that we're going to decide, depending on how we vote, if it doesn't go to committee. How are we going to, 11 experts put together, and I'm going to sit here and say, no, you're wrong, without a stitch of testimony. So, therefore, I just would like to put the brakes on this, convene the committee. Mr. Speaker, please, convene the committee. Let's get a little more information. Let's try to educate ourselves, be good representatives, as we should, and make a decision after gathering information. That's all I ask. Please, Mr. Speaker, thank you.